I've been looking at two cartoons. First one is a pilgrim family gathered around a plain board table with one pot in the middle of the table. Just says bean soup. And that pilgrim family is on its knees praying. For what we are about to receive, we give you thanks. The second cartoon is a current, contemporary Thanksgiving scene. Full table, full of all sorts of wonderful treasures to eat. The turkey with all the trimmings, all the vegetables, all the side dishes, salads, nuts, pumpkin pies. Everybody is so happy except one man who grouches. What? No marshmallows on the sweet potatoes? The message is obvious. Abundance does not guarantee gratitude. In fact, did you know it is not even normal or natural for us to be thankful? It's a conditioned response. You'll learn to be grateful. Thanksgiving always needs to be translated into thanks-living, or else it's really meaningless. It's just another way of saying what James wrote: faith without works is really no faith at all. Thanks without living it out is no thanks. Thanksgiving must be translated into daily living, a visible encouragement and enthusiasm. Isaiah put it this way: they each helped their neighbor. Now, Tony was a young boy, kind of discouraged. He loved music, but he could neither play nor sing. His brothers all had great talent. One thing Tony could do was whittle, carve wood. So while his brothers were practicing their instruments, he was practicing whittling. But one day he went to Amati, who was a craftsman in town, made beautiful musical instruments. And Tony wanted to at least do something with music. So here's what happened. Come into my shop, Amati invited. Give it a try. There are many ways of making music. Some play violins, some sing. Some paint pictures, some carve statues. Others will till the soil and grow flowers. They all make music for the world. I'm thankful for all of that, Amati said. So let me help you make music too. A song in your heart is really what it takes. So that was all the encouragement that little Tony needed. He moved into the shop there, and he began to carve and build some exquisite instruments. In fact, his violins became very, very popular because of the tone, exquisite tone, that were produced from his whittling and carving. It seemed that every violin had a hidden melody from his knife. So what if some random craftsman had not taken Tony under his wing to help him out and teach him the ability so he could be not just a frustrated little whittler? Well, I'll tell you what would have happened. The world would have missed the musical magic of Tony Antonio Stradivarius. So your thanks needs to roll over. In 1621, the famous pilgrim William Bradford, he proclaimed a day of Thanksgiving to commemorate the first harvest after a really, really hard year of suffering. That was America's first Thanksgiving Day. But the colonies grew more prosperous and more sophisticated, and so that feast just really fell away. George Washington revived it for a while, but then again, it just kind of faded into obscurity. There's just a few little spots, very sporadic, no organization, and no set date. Well, on the scene appeared a young widow named Sarah Hale. She had 5 children to raise. She's a young lady still herself. She found her way into literature, became the editor of a woman's magazine, and like most editors, she was a crusader. She felt Thanksgiving should be a national holiday. She punched at that for years. 3 presidents turned her down. But then in 1863, Abraham Lincoln, he declared on her behalf, the 4th Thursday of every November, that will be Thanksgiving. Now, you probably never knew that about Sarah Hale, but because of her, you're having your big time on Thursday this week. Well, you remember her. Well, maybe not her name, but you know what she did. And maybe not for Thanksgiving. But you remember her from a poem that she wrote. Very famous. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Now you remember her. Thank you, Sarah Hale. Let me give you a couple more thoughts for the day. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It is not happy people who are thankful. It's thankful people who are happy. No amount of regret changes the past. No amount of anxiety can change the future. But any amount of gratitude will change the present. Seeds of discouragement cannot grow in a thankful heart. So find something for which you can really be thankful today. Yeah, one more thing. JC, who's our youngest, she told me one day, correcting a statement I had made, when life gives you a lemon, forget the lemonade, throw the lemon back, and ask for a chocolate chip cookie. Happy Thanksgiving, and we're one day closer.